The lower section of the housing unit's bastion is pretty random and confusing in the way it generates, but some of the sections it spawns have chests in them. These chests use the generic bastion chest loot table, which means they can give you obsidian, string, gold armor, and all sorts of useful things that you expect in bastion chests. And since these chests are really useful in speedruns and are pretty underrated, I figured I'd make a video showing you how to find them efficiently and when to use them. Knowing how to find these chests is really important because not only can they save runs if you don't find obsidian anywhere else, but they can also be a big time save. This bastion is a perfect example. The top of the bastion is totally buried in the terrain, and it would be very slow to go all the way up the stairs, hit the chest, and then come all the way back down to leave. Alternatively, you can identify this chest with the basalt and the lantern, get the obby, and then immediately leave. So here in front of me I have all the different sections that can generate in that lower section of housing units, and as you can see I've marked out the ones that generate chests. They generate chests 100% of the time, and there are only 2 of them, so it's not hard to identify all the sections that have chests in the lower section of housing. This first one is extremely easy. All you have to look for is this upside down U shape of basalt, because this section has it on both sides, so it's really easy and fast to identify. This other section is a little harder to find. You can look for this blackstone brick wall with 2 missing blocks here, and a lot of times you can just pillar up from the bottom and check the chest right here. You can also look for this shape of basalt. Line of 4 in a row is pretty unique to these sections, so that indicates a chest. And then in the front there's this weird zigzag pattern that's a little messed up, and you can identify it with that as well. It's also worth noting that if you see a lantern in the housing units, there will always be a chest next to the lantern. So now I'm going to show you some examples of housing bastions where I go in randomly and try to find the chests in this section. So I walk in here and I see there's the zigzag shape of basalt, which means there's a chest in there. And there's the line of 4 basalt in a row, and also that blackstone wall with 2 missing blocks. So I know there's a chest in here, and I know there's a chest over here. And it looks like that's all of them. So once again, I walk out into the middle here. I immediately see the upside down U shape of basalt. It's really easy to pick out. You can see the chest in there. I see a lantern right there, which means there's a chest in that section. And you can see the line of 4 basalt. So there's a chest there. And there's the zigzag shape right there, which means there's a chest in that section. And I don't see any others. So that's all of them. And just to show you that there is a chest here, there it is. So once again, I'm in another random housing. I'm gonna walk out into the middle, and there's a lantern right there, and I can see the line of 4 basalt, the zigzag pattern, so there's a chest in there. And I don't see any other sections. So this would be the only chest that's in the lower section, besides this one, which generates every time. I'm just gonna do one last one. I'll walk out into the middle. Immediately I can see the upside down U shape. This chest is really easy to pick out. And there's the zigzag pattern, which means there's a chest in here. And I don't see any more, so there are only 2 in this one. So there you go. That's how you find chests efficiently in the housing unit section of housing units. Hopefully this video was helpful to you, and if it was, be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all later.